Imagine a world in which anyone with a big message for the world can reach more people, make more money, and have a bigger impact. That's the vision of my company, Live Your Message. And when you have a vision around your work, it allows you to imagine the future of what the world can look like because your company is within it. And it doesn't really matter if this vision ever comes to pass. That's one of the ways that a vision statement is different from a mission statement. This really is your someday over the rainbow statement, where you're really thinking about what the world can be and you're aspiring to more than what currently is. It's there to be aspirational, a big dream, a stretch goal that may or may not ever happen. But it's where you want to be, say, 5 years in the future, 10 years in the future, where you dare to dream big and bold. So like I said, this should be an aspirational statement. It should be a stretch statement. It includes the purpose of your business and where you envision heading in the future. And like I said, this is a place where it's okay to dream big and don't hold back. So you want to write this statement in an aspirational, inspirational manner that makes it super easy for you, your team, your audience to repeat and to remember. And this starts to function as your North Star, allowing everyone on your team to understand how their work contributes to the shared vision for the future, to allow your customers to understand that when they're buying from you, they're not just buying a product or a service. They're actually helping you create this vision that you've got of what the world could be. So my vision, again, one more time, is to make it possible for anyone with a big message for the world to reach more people, make more money, and have a bigger impact. So the way that I recommend to my students, and I've led thousands of them through this exercise, is to start with a sentence starter, a simple template that's going to get your gears rolling. And here's the template. It goes like this. In my world, blank. So what exists in your world? What happens in your world? And like I said, you can dare to dream big and bold here. I remember the story of this great science fiction writer, Stanislaw Lem. And Stanislaw Lem was known for writing books like Solaris, which got turned into major movies. And he was such a brilliant scientist and physicist, in addition to being a writer, that he actually in his spare time used to create entire worlds and universes that had different gravitational principles and universal laws. He didn't just imagine a different world, he imagined different worlds that functioned scientifically and physically in a completely different way than our world functions. So that's kind of what you're doing in your vision statement, is you're imagining this different world that could function fundamentally differently than our current world functions. It allows you to invent a new world for yourself, for your company, and then to go about making that world possible. And I like to call this inevitability thinking. Inevitability thinking is when you think as if it's already happened. And when you think about the biggest, most intractable problems in the world, whether it's hunger or war or violence or depression or whatever it happens to be, so many people are conditioned to believe that those things will always be and they'll never change. And in your vision statement, you get to think about the world in a whole different way. And language is so powerful that when you start to use words that imagine and create a different future just in your statement alone, that's going to start you shifting and believing that it becomes possible. Which is why I said don't even worry if this is ever going to happen or not. Simply by putting your intention on this and languaging it as if that world we're already here, you're going to start to act differently. You're going to start to dream bigger. And most importantly, you're going to start to act bigger. So let me give you some examples of powerful mission statements that I've worked on with my clients. And I run a branding agency in addition to an online training company. So I've worked with dozens of 7-figure thought leaders and small businesses that are really making a disproportionately big impact. Because you don't have to be big to make a big impact. You can be a small company that does big, bold things by having this vision that's pulling you forward, that's really calling forth your inspiration, your innovation, and making this new world possible. So let's start with my brother's company, Trevois, and they work on outfitting, vans, normal vans, and turning them into adventure vans. So in his world, because remember, that's our sentence starter, adventure is possible anytime, anywhere. That's his vision. Adventure, anytime, anywhere. Now let's look at my client's Bright Line Eating by Susan Pierce Thompson. This is an 8-figure weight loss company, but more importantly, a weight loss movement that's helped people around the world shed millions of pounds. And their vision is that anyone, anywhere who wants to lose all their excess weight and keep it off will have access to a proven roadmap that guarantees their success. So visions have language like anyone, anywhere. It's not limited to the people in your neighborhood or your backyard, even your state, your country, your continent. Visions are big. And your work can impact the world when you start to think in this way and write your vision statement, which is why this is so important. Because as Bill Gates famously said, most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10. And your vision statement is a statement of what your business is going to look like 10 years from now and what the world will look like 10 years from now, because your business exists doing the work that you do every single day, which is why I believe that entrepreneurship not only can change the world, but is changing the world every single day, and why I'm so committed to turning everyday entrepreneurs like you into online superheroes so you can change the world through business while living the life you want, making the money you want, and really having that fulfillment that comes from doing what you're here to do. So let's get some examples of more vision statements. This one's from my client Isabel Norton at the Gemstone Therapy Institute. Make therapy diamonds and gemstones as well respected as herbs for healing. So Isabel basically is the originator of diamond therapy and gemstone therapy. And a lot of people don't know about gemstone therapy, and she wants to change that and make this field of gemstone therapy like your pharmacy, your gemstone pharmacy. So you don't just go for herbs like echinacea, you go and you pick out your diamonds and your rubies and you use those for healing. Now here's an example from my clients Evan Pagan and Annie Lala. They're a couple that work together, raise parents together, live together, do everything together, and they've got a company called Love Dojo. And their vision is that every couple in love, that's every couple in the whole world who loves each other, realizes that their relationship is a living entity seeking self-actualization through the evolution of the individual. Now, I know that's very smart stuff, and these are two like rocket scientist level intelligent people. But what they mean is they believe in creating something called the third eye, where the relationship itself is kind of a living, breathing organism, not just the individuals within it. And that relationship is actually helping each member of the couple evolve and become the best version. So they're all about this kind of unit of the couple and how transformational that can be. Let me give you another example from my client, Gary Zukav, who's a best-selling author of the book Seed of the Soul. And he was on Oprah a lot of different times, and he's just a real amazing guide for this planet. He envisions a world of universal humans who are beyond culture, nation, religion, ethnic group, gender, and economic circumstances, who are citizens of the universe and whose allegiance is to life. Wow, right? Pretty powerful. These are companies that are dreaming big. They're talking about the whole evolution of the human species. Speaking of which, here's my client's evolutionary human design. This is Carola and Shaitan, and they were one of the originators of the first test to get your human design read online. And their vision is to create an awakened co-creative world where every individual human being is living the life they were born for. So when you use these human design assessments, it can help you understand your path in the world. And let's end with a solo entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur, my friend Mike Koenigs. And his vision is to create a world of freedom, abundance, and peace through conscious entrepreneurship. Now, those are a bunch of examples from small companies with big missions doing big work in the world simply because they dare to dream up a vision for their work that goes beyond the everyday and really looks at that 10 years from now. Now, let me leave you with a few questions you can ask yourself to really come up with this vision for you. So here's some questions, and go ahead and write these down. Here it is. What do you want your business or your company to look like in 10 years? What kind of products or services do you want to be known for? How do you want people to speak about your business, your products, your services? What position do you want to hold in the marketplace? And what change do you want to create in the world? And remember, our sentence starter is, in my world, blank. What's possible in your world, or what's possible in our world because of you and your mission and your company? Now, big companies do this too. Let me give you some examples from the corporate world, companies that you already know and love. So Disney, their vision is simply to make people happy. Oxfam is a just world without poverty. And Apple's early mission was an apple on every desk. So whether you're looking at the change you want to make in the world, or you're simply looking at what's possible for your company as a business, dare to dream big, dare to dream bold. You can change the world by stepping up and building the company that only you can build. And it starts with having that big, bold vision that first and foremost inspires you, because if you're not inspired, how are you going to inspire anybody else? And remember, this can be that somewhere over the rainbow vision. Whether or not it happens is not relevant. What matters is that you can see and imagine a world that you are actively shaping and creating through the work that you do every day, that goes beyond your products, goes beyond your services, goes beyond what you do in the day-to-day. So go ahead, use our sentence starter, in my world, blank, and put your vision statement in the comments so we can, as a community, thumbs up and heart and like and root each other on, because that's what it's all about. Because entrepreneurship, you can't do it alone. And when you have that vision, you also want to make sure that you've got a mission statement, because your mission statement and your vision go hand in hand. So I also created a video on how to write a mission statement. And in case you're confused about what the difference between a mission and a vision is, and most people, by the way, are confused about that, I created a video about that too, answering that very important question. So go ahead, subscribe to this channel, make sure you get all of my good stuff on living the laptop lifestyle, having return on impact in the world, building your online courses, nailing your personal brand, your business strategy, and let me know in the comment what that big, bold vision is that you got. So I look forward to seeing you below. I look forward to seeing you over on the mission video, and I look forward to seeing you here on this channel and getting to know you better, and not just reading your vision, but seeing it in action in the world. So go out there, live your message. You got this.